job is essentially supposed to grow. It's around a factor of around 30% year on year for the next couple few years as such. And in terms of the job prospects, I think this is one of the hottest particular area because we know that internet in India has been growing at a rate of around 8.5%. So looking and also the digital transformation is happening it out, which is more than $1.2 trillion of a market in India itself. So if you go by all these particular things, this essentially is an area which can be of importance to the whole particular community as such. So please, I think, we looked at, of course, looking from the certification prospect of it. In fact, the last 4 months I have studied the various particular this EC University, CompTIA, and Microsoft particular this, and looking at the financial aspect of that and our students' ability to get into that particular fund, we selected the Microsoft certification, which is very affordable. So this is a very good opportunity for the staff and the students to get onto the bandwagon of cyber security. So with this particular this, I think it's a pleasure for me and for my department and the college itself that we have Professor S. Prakash, who is basically a great supporter of all the academic activities that has been happening it out in the engineering college. Sir, I just welcome you and thank you very much for your valuable time. And may I request you to for your opening remarks, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Let me first thank Quantum Learning team, Nitish Karamkar, sir. Thank you so much for taking your time, sir. It's a pleasure to host you at the Eastbourne College of Engineering Technology. Thanks for your time and effort what you are putting here. Thanks to Amrita Madam also for her time and effort. Thank complete Quantum Learning team for taking time to enable the students to know the new avenues on ethical hacking and what is the importance of having certifications in this. Dear students, as usual, I keep on telling this, but still I repeat, after COVID-19 impact, education sector is at the verge of taking a big transformation. Probably many things was not experimented by education sector, especially online courses and all these things. But this pandemic has opened up the big box and lot of experiments has been done. So now students have seen this taste and they feel the importance of industry certification rather than having my university degree certificate and all other things. Dear students, what I always feel is that your university certification will act as a passport, but if you want to get into a best company or a product company, you need some industry certifications. You need to create certain unique selling points on your resume. All these unique selling points in your resume would be your industry certifications. Just if you go to LinkedIn profile, if you want to update your profile, and if you want to really put all the terms, everyone asks what is your industry certification, because this is more authenticated than any of the certifications. That's what it proves that you have done great job in that particular specialization, wherever you are passionate about and wherever the expertise you have today. So we have been conducting a lot of series of programs to enable all our students, and we have created a separate department called as Industry Institute Integrated Learning Programs. Under this department, we have created a lot of verticals where we train the students on exclusively on Salesforce technologies, which leads to Salesforce certifications. We have tied up with Amazon Web Services, AWS, which takes to the certification for cloud practitioner and solution architect. We also have tied up with VMware, which takes to the certification for VCA, VMS Certified Associate, VCP. We also been with Cisco. We are with UiPath for robotic process automation. Like this is a series. This is one important vertical. What we thought we need to bring it to our students is about ethical hacking. Today, security is a major concern. I keep on telling it my every time. Security is not a police stop. Security is just a comma. Whatever the security solutions we have today, people will still come out with lot of. They start hacking it out, finding lot of faults in this. So it's like a comma. It's a research goes on every time. For every, you can't tell that 100% proof that this complete system is 100% security proof. No. So people keeps on experimenting, and we should keep on innovating to fix those bugs. So this is one area we thought we'll explore to our students, and we are in this path thanks to quantum learning for supporting us in this initiative. We are looking for students to take this course and get certified directly with Microsoft. This is the new game today. And today, if you see, a lot of industries have opened up their certifications. Big companies, including Microsoft, IBM, you take Amazon Web Services, probably this could be the next game changer for academic fraternity. And let us understand this reality, start working towards getting certified from the industry, which makes a huge difference for our resumes. This is where the industry will look in and pick it up. And in terms of your salary, in terms of your package, and if you want to get into your product companies, it makes a huge difference. With this note, I don't want to take much time today. May I request Shilpa Madam to take over for the next speaker. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
I think
all the best, sir. Thank you so much.
Professor Shilpa ji to introduce Sandeep and today's the speaker as such. Shilpa ji, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Principal Sir, and thank you, HOD Sir, for your thoughtful words. We have with us today our CEO of Quantum Learnings, Mr. Sandeep Jetani. Sir, may I request you to speak a few words, sir?
Okay, so thank you so much for the introduction, Professor Shilpa. Am I audible? I just want to confirm, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. So a great speech, by respected principal sir, and a great initiative by the institution. And I think a lot of efforts, especially I think this has been possible because of the efforts of principal sir and his vision and the head of department sir. So, we are really obliged that we are part of this initiative, which is basically there as part of the, the programs that the college has started in association with various organizations across India. Like they mentioned a few of them, whether it is VMware or it is, like Microsoft through us, or, like they are, like organizing a lot of other programs in association with global vendors. So I can just tell you one thing, that this is the way forward, and if you have to understand today that, for a student, if they really want to ensure that when they go to the market for a job, and they don't want to be impacted by what is really happening in the market, this can only happen if they are really skilled in different areas which are in demand. And especially COVID has really brought in the forefront a lot of areas like cybersecurity, cloud computing, and machine learning, and a lot of other things. So I think these areas, if you're skilled, believe me, your chances of getting placed, or even getting a great package, or joining a good company will be much higher than what it would have been otherwise. Because what has happened is, friends, let's understand, it's always said, there is always an opportunity hidden in any kind of a problem. So Corona, though it's a problem, we know that it's a disaster. And I think the second wave has been really disastrous, because I'm in Delhi and I can tell you we are hell scared. I mean, I don't want to bring up this topic, but where I stay, I mean, it's like 2 houses from here, somebody expired. Next 2, 3 houses, somebody expired. So I think the situation is really bad. Of course, there are a lot of reasons, and I think Bangalore also now I'm hearing is going on the same path as Delhi because the number of cases are increasing. So, but all of this, in all of this chaos and problem, I think there is a lot of opportunity, for people with exposure to new technologies, like, for example, as I said, cybersecurity, cloud computing, and machine learning, and all those things. So today, I think that's the reason why your institution has chosen, cybersecurity and ethical hacking as the topic. And as we proceed further, we would basically try and explore, and as the presentation unveils, we would also understand as to why cybersecurity is in one of the forefront areas post-COVID. Because see, a lot of market dynamics has changed post-COVID. I mean, why I keep on saying that is because you need to understand everything today is happening online, correct? Whether it's buying a product, or you're doing banking, or you're filing your tax returns, or you're doing your office work, or you're doing your school work, or you're doing your college work. Everything is happening online, correct? So we need to understand this thing, that since everything is moving online, it is also important to understand that we were not prepared. There are a lot of first-time users who are going online, correct? People who are 60 years old, 80 years old. Okay, so just 1 second. So this is something which is actually like creating a lot of opportunity also for the people in that area, because since, as I said, that most of the people are going online for the first time, it is something we will have to understand that like these people really do not understand security from that perspective as you and I would do that. Okay, so this is something where a lot of opportunity has been created, and like it is something which is only going to grow like from here, because people have to understand that if you have to be online, you have to ensure that there is a discipline that you need to follow for being online. You can't just keep passwords which anyone can guess. You can't basically people get those so-called emails, junk emails, where they are asked for their user ID passwords, or like basically there is this phishing wherein you get pages which look very similar to a bank page or your Facebook page, and you just go there to log in. So you will have to be cautious. There's a lot of education and awareness needs to be there in the market. And of course, yes, companies, everyone wants to get online, but their systems have to be more safe and secure. So that is something which everyone needs to do. So without much ado, I'm going to just quickly share my presentation with you. Post that, it's going to be taken over by my technical team, Mr. Nitesh. Nitesh is a technical expert. He's a subject matter expert. He would basically give you a brief of, he'll take you deep diving into the so-called cybersecurity world and tell you as to, what all things we cover up in the program. And also, if the time permits, we'll do some demos, live demos. Yes, so we'll try to do that. Now, I'm just going to try and share my screen with all of you. Just allow me a second. I just have to share my screen. Just give me 1 second. Ma'am, you can just confirm to me once I've shared it if my screen is visible to everyone. So is my screen visible to everyone? Ma'am, can you confirm this? Shilpa,
it's visible, sir. It's visible, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
great.
it's visible, sir.
Thank you so much for confirming. So I'm just sharing my screen back again. Just 1 second. Okay. So guys, as I said, I'm going to be talking about cybersecurity, and we will be emphasizing on the certifications which are there available for cybersecurity, especially from Microsoft. Now, before I move ahead, I want to start my session by asking you one simple question from all of you. See, I understand that, your college has great placements, you have great teachers, and I'm sure that your placements will be very good this year also. But I just want to ask a general feeling from all of you. How many of you are confident those who are in their graduation, or maybe if there are some post-graduation students also, that getting a job after graduation is going to be easy. Like you feel it's going to be really easy, and those who feel it's not going to be easy for whatever is happening around in the world, so just simply you can, probably if there is any way we can chat, you can simply write there in the chat section. I mean, I'm not sure if there is a chat option available. Ma'am, is there a chat like option available where they can probably write something?
Yes, sir. They do have it. They can actually post it in the YouTube comment section. So I will be
Great.
posting it to you.
So we are more used to using GoToWebinar and Google Meet and all that. So that's why, we do not use this environment. That's why we are not aware. But anyways, I'm going to be requesting all of you to kindly quickly go to the chat section in the YouTube channel, and there please mention easy or not so easy. That's all I want you to do. Just one word, easy or not so easy. Whatever you believe, that do you think in the current condition, do you think placements are going to be easy or they're not going to be easy? Simply write that one word, and it's up to you, easy and not so easy. That's all. And ma'am, if I'll request you, if you can just read out the comment as to what percentage of people are saying it's going to be easy and what percentage of people are saying it's not going to be easy. So everyone,
Sure,
quickly,
sir.
come on. It's just a one word, and I'm sure all of you can do that. One word. Come on. Easy, not so easy. Easy, not so easy. Come on, quickly. I'm sure you can write one word, guys. Come on. Easy, not so easy. Come on, quickly. Easy, not so easy. Easy, not so easy. Come on. One word. You just need to interact. One word. Come on. Easy, not so easy. Easy, not so easy. Come on, quickly. Let's interact. Let's keep it a two-way process. Let's not keep it a one-way process. Come on, guys. Yes, everyone needs to write it. Easy, not so easy. Whatever you feel, it's up to you. So, ma'am, what is that most of the people are writing?
So most of them are saying that it's not easy.
It's not easy. Yes.
Yeah.
So, guys, I understand what you're going through, the insecurities. Right now, I think all of us, and I can tell you that for myself, at least, I don't know about other people. It doesn't matter what is your age or what is a position or you're well off in life or not. But I think these are scary times, correct? Where we are scared about our health, about our parents' health. We are scared about our future. We are scared about a lot of things, correct? Yes, when you say that it's not going to be easy, you're very right out there. Because what is happening is that nobody expected the second wave. Now, the problem is that the impact of the second wave on the economy is going to only come after some time. Okay. And maybe, who knows, just like UK had the second wave 3 months back. So just to tell you, we are moving 3 months ahead of UK in terms of the wave. If we as as a country had taken a cue from what happened in UK 3 months back, I think we could have avoided a lot of problem that happened here. The same thing what is happening in India had happened in UK 3 months back. So the point is that it all depends on the governments. If the governments are smart, we will be safe. If they are not, then we will be in such a situation. But everything has a cost to pay. It will have a cost. It will definitely have a cost on the economy, and vice versa. It would have an impact on the jobs, because if the economy of a country is not doing well, or a lot of countries around the world are not doing well, because I just read that in France also and few other places the cases have again started increasing. So the point is that it's a global world. If you work for Infosys TCS, it's not that you're going to work only for domestic projects. You're going to be working on projects which are being done for companies in US, UK, France, Germany, Japan, XYZ. And again, if there is a second wave or a third wave there, it will impact their, entire economies. And if the economies get impacted, jobs will get impacted. So yes, there is always an insecurity there. And yes, it is not going to be easy to get into a job. But there is an if out there. The if is, if you're not well prepared. See, guys, what happens is that in tough times, tough people last long. So if you're not prepared well, and if you're just like any other ordinary graduate, the point is that probably you will be impacted, and it's not going to be easy. But if you are someone who has taken some extraordinary steps, prepared themselves, learned something extra, got certified, done projects, or has done internships, XYZ, all of these things, if you've done it, your chances will become higher, because in this scenario, people will always prefer people who have that extra thing mentioned on their resume, or that extra skills they've acquired, or the extra certification they've got. So these things are going to make a lot of difference there. Now, guys, I want to ask you this thing very honestly. Imagine this. Imagine that in that scenario, when you know that things are not going to be easy, if when you are applying for a job, just on the right hand side of your resume, there is a Microsoft logo, okay, which says that Microsoft certified. Just imagine that, you're applying for a job on campus, off campus, and your resume carries that logo sitting right there on top of your resume, and that stamp says that you're Microsoft certified. Do you think will that make a little difference? Do you think employers will probably take a little bit better note of you? Will they pay a little more attention to you? Do you think it'll be a little easier for you to get into the job if you have that brand or that logo sitting on your resume? Because the moment somebody sees that, okay, the first thing is that, okay, this person has a Microsoft certified logo on their resume. Imagine how many people can have that, how many people will have that, correct? And if you're having it, there has to be a logical reasoning. It means you have learned something extra, and it also means that you've got your knowledge verified and vetted by someone like Microsoft, correct? So now I want all of you to reply again. How many of you feel that it'll help you a little bit, and how many of you think it'll not help you at all? Come on, yes or no? Again, everyone needs to reply. We would interact there. Ma'am will tell me how many people, most of the people, what are they writing? Yes or no? Come on, guys, quickly. Yes, no, quickly. Come on. Let's keep it more interactive. Let's not be a one-way session. I don't want you to fall off to sleep in the next 10 minutes time. I don't really appreciate that. Come on, guys. Everyone should write yes, no, yes, no. Come on, quickly. Yes, no.
Sir,
come on.
I'm flashing it on the screen, sir, the students' answers.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm so sorry. My presentation was open, so I didn't see that. So
no problem. Now I'm flashing it, sir. So
yes, I can see that. I can see that. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. Kavya, thank you so much. Dipanshu, thank you so much for replying. Purnima, thank you so much. Okay. So what I can see from the response shared by student, the answer is yes. And it is very logical, my dear friends. Why? Because let's understand it from a very basic point of view, that if I know something better than what my other counterpart knows, and then if I've done it from a global agency and they have also verified and vetted my knowledge, and then only they've allowed me to put that logo on top of my resume, it does make a difference. And there is no harm in saying that. Yes, it would have some difference. I'm not saying that, okay, just because of the logo, you will get a job, but I'm saying it will have some impact there. And today's time, when the competition is high and the number of jobs are less, believe me, even a little bit of advantage could mean a big advantage at the end of the day. So you should always try, like your college said, try and acquire different skills and then get verified, get your skills verified and vetted and certified by those agencies who have invented those skills. That would make a lot of impact. And in our program, we will also connect you to internship opportunities through our internship portal. I'll take you to our internship portal also and show it to you. Not only that, you would also get an opportunity in case, let's say, you don't get connected to a live internship opportunity with one of the clients. We will give you some projects that you would do, and based on the projects, you would also get a letter of internship, which you'll use as part of your summer internships. Okay, but does it need to be looked at seriously? So I think we've answered some part of that question earlier, but let me go more in depth, more deep diving into it. And let's understand from this perspective that why it does need to be looked at very seriously. So guys, this is a common article which I show to everyone. You might have seen it in my earlier presentation, but this is an old article. It says that 60% of engineering graduates are unemployed. Maybe not your college, but I'm just saying this is an overall industry data. But this was before the corona. Post-corona, a lot of things have changed. Though companies are hiring, but they've become very smart in their hiring patterns. They want to hire only the best of the best talent. Okay, another article in Business Standard says less than 60% engineers and MBA grads are getting placed. One article says more than half of India's college graduates are jobless. And this is a fact. This is a fact, guys. Because not all colleges are like your college delivering good quality. Okay, and they're upskilling themselves in the hope of employment. Why are people upskilling? Very simple logic. I'm an engineer, you're an engineer, every third person is an engineer. The point is, what is the difference between me and them? I have additional skill sets which are aligned to industry requirements. And I'll tell you why when we say that, they're aligned to industry requirements, and is cybersecurity aligned to industry requirement, and why? We'll talk about that also. So the point is that if you've learned something extra, if you've got yourself certified, and that skill is going to create a difference between you and the other people. That's why they are learning new skills in the hope of getting new employments. 80% of engineers not fit for jobs, forget about that. Okay, this is important. I want all of you to notice that. In India, especially, there's an article that in the Economic Times, it said that 41 lakh youth lost their jobs in India due to COVID-19 pandemic. Can you imagine what they would have gone through? The Corona has already created a lot of hardships on a lot of families. On top of it, 41 lakh youth lost their jobs. That is what is happening. Okay, guys. But then how to overcome the challenge? Enough of talking on the problems. Let's talk on the solution. Yes, because problems will keep coming and we have to be mentally prepared, guys. Remember, the instability in the market or the corona thing will be there for us in our lives at least for the next 2 to 3 years. New variants of viruses are coming, new viruses getting mutated into new things. So you need to understand that life is not going to be the normal as we think it. See, it's good to be optimistic, but it's not that great to be very away from the reality. The reality is next 2 to 3 years, we have to be prepared. And the only reason I'm telling you about that is it will keep on impacting the economies. And if these economies go on getting impacted, sometime, maybe not today, maybe in future, it will have impact on the jobs. So we have to be always prepared. So what is the solution to that? How do we overcome these challenges? So we've already discussed that the way to overcome these challenges by being different. See, when you see the screen, what do you see? Your attention goes directly to the box which is illuminated, correct? Why? Because you know this is different than the rest 4 of them. Correct. Similarly, when you go to the market for job, your skills, your certification make you illuminate in front of those employers, because that is something what you have. Those skills are different than what other people don't have, which is what you have, but other people don't have. And that is what is going to be the differentiating factor. And you know what, guys, one good thing that has come out of it is that demand for IT skills has risen because of the COVID-19 and, the digital skills are going really big. So see this. This is an article which had come after research was done by a US-based firm, and it talked about the job projection because of the digital job capacity. So the great lockdown will accelerate the digitization, and that will create jobs in cybersecurity, AI/ML, data analytics, cloud computing. 4 core things where most of the jobs are going to be created, and cybersecurity is one of the top among them. Why? Because understand, every business that wants to go online today, in fact, in the corona phase, hacking has further increased. You know why? Because now hackers have a more playing ground, because they have a lot of first-time users whose passwords are weak. They have people who fall prey easily to things like, when people call them up and then they tell them that, can you share your OTP? They easily share the OTP because they are not aware that what they're not supposed to share. So the point is that hackers are having their field in the day. Probably their day in the field. The point here is that at the end of the day, all these things are going to be creating millions and millions of jobs in the market. So 149 million new jobs are going to be created by 2025, okay, in these 4 areas that you're seeing on your screen. Yes, these 4 areas are going to be on the top, okay, and cybersecurity is among the topmost of all of that. Now, how does our program help you there in that? And how does this international certification help you there? So you can basically apply to the program, and we will then give you a live online training through a subject matter expert. The expert will give you training on everything right from scratch, and we will take the training in a way that it does not hamper your college studies. Either it will be done on Saturday, Sundays, or after college hours in late evenings, ensuring completely that it does not hamper your college studies. Also, we would ensure that when your exams are there, university exams are there, we will put the training on halt, and we will only start it after the so-called exam is over. Then you will be getting assignments, or you will get to connect to internship opportunities. I'll take you to our portal and show it to you. And then our team will also prepare you on placement preparation, soft skills, interview preparation skills, aptitude skills, all of that. So we give you a 360-degree preparation on this program. Now we have, for today, we are going to be talking about cybersecurity and ethical hacking. So we have this program available with the Microsoft Global Certification available in that. In future, we will also be offering, not today, but in future, HOD sir will tell you about that. In future, we will also be coming up with machine learning programs. Now, this is a sample of a Microsoft certification. There are some new certifications also that have come. So I'll also later on share those with you. So this would be a sample kind of a certificate which you will get from Microsoft. This is a sample of the certificate which you'll get from Microsoft, and this is a global certification. Now, friends, you need to understand why this is a global certification, because if you see carefully at the bottom and the top, nowhere do you see any country's name. So it is not that if I give the exam from US, it will be a different certificate. I'll get ditto same certificate if I give the same exam from US, or if I give it from Japan or Australia or Middle East or maybe UK or European countries, anywhere. And it will be signed directly by the CEO of Microsoft, Mr. Satya Nadella. He's an Indian who's made us all proud. And it'll have a date of achievement. So this certificate is valid for lifelong. It does not come with an expiry date. And on the right hand side, there is this logo. So you will all get a copy of this logo so you can print it on your resume that you are certified by Microsoft. Not only that, you also get your personalized dashboard on a Microsoft portal. So on www.microsoft.com/MCP, you would get your personalized dashboard where your name will come, just like my name is reflecting here. Below will be your MC ID, your Microsoft certified ID comes there. Okay, so this is a unique ID which you can share with the employers so that they can verify that whether you are genuinely certified by Microsoft or not. And then in transcript, you will have copy of your mark sheet. In certificates, you will have copy of your certificates. And in badges, you will be getting badges from Microsoft, which you can actually print on your visiting card, on your website, or on your profile that you're certified by Microsoft. Now, there are multiple certifications, but I'm not going to talk about that. Let me come straight to the point. Are there enough job opportunities? Yes, huge job opportunities. So if you go to monster.com, you would find almost 41,911 jobs on cybersecurity. So you can search for cybersecurity, information security, penetration testing. Okay, there are many different names that you can search for. Probably network security. So you can see again for for information security, 9,228 jobs. For network security, 9,700 jobs. So you'll find multiple thousands and thousands of jobs available in the country. But why do you really need to look into this seriously? So guys, look at this article. Tech Republic carried an article which says there's a 177% increase in hacking, and hackers grabbed 21.3 million healthcare records in the second half of 2020. Second half of 2020 means when the corona was at its peak. Imagine, what is a gold mine today? Data. What data is gold mine? The data of people in the healthcare segment. Okay, who is suffering from what, who is doing what, X, Y, Z. Okay, Times of India carried an article. There is one cyber crime in India every 10 minutes. Imagine the potential. See, I told you at the starting, I'm repeating it again. In every problem is hidden an opportunity. Corona had a problem for the entire world, but it brought opportunities for companies manufacturing masks, companies manufacturing sanitizers, companies that were making oxygen cylinders, companies that are into, basically all the medicines like the remdesivir and so on and so forth. They are minting money, or the companies that have launched the vaccination drive. So problem for one is an opportunity for another one. So if so many crimes are happening, online crimes are happening every 10 minutes in India, that is the cyber crimes, it means it is a lot of opportunity for people with knowledge of cybersecurity, a lot of job opportunities there. Okay, in fact, RBI has made a rule mandatory that in case there is a fraud and you report that within the next 3 days, okay, the bank will have to pay for that. Okay, and not that the bank can put the blame on you saying that you could have shared the password with somebody else. Aadhaar breach, Aadhaar, where all your internal and personal data is stored, which is an official government document used for all access to all government, entries like filing your income tax returns and other things. The data was breached by an IIT student, Abhinav, like Srivastava. A 20-year-old Belgium guy, like a Bulgarian student, had actually hacked into the personal data of the entire Bulgarian population. Imagine, the entire Bulgarian population data was available with him. Hackers stole the data from 57 million Uber riders. Now, guys, understand, when Uber data goes to that hacker, it is not just that the data of the driver, but there are a lot of other things that go with that. When they have data, okay, they would have the data of the Uber drivers and the riders. They would know where who stays. They will know your house address, because typically your house address is the drop location that is saved there most of the time. They would have your credit card details. They would know the time when you're in your house most of the time. So they know what time you take the cab to go out of the house and what time you take the cab to come in the house. So they would know what time of the day you're not in your house. So it can be misused in many different ways. Okay. Again, there are so many of the hacking incidents that have come in newspapers. So just look into it and understand. Okay. And so much of data has been lost. Yahoo lost 3 billion accounts. I mean, their data of 3 billion accounts were stolen. The world's population is just 7 billion, 7.4 billion. From that 3 billion people, that means almost around I would say around 40% of the world's population data was stolen from Yahoo. Then Equifax, 145 million. LinkedIn, 117 million. Target, again, 110 million. It is a big departmental store in US and UK. Home Depot, it's the same big departmental store. So you get all information about the customers, their buying patterns, their addresses. So it is a dangerous thing. Okay, banks warn of a new mobile malware. So malwares are basically just like viruses. They are like, basically Trojan viruses. You can send them through a video file or a WhatsApp to someone. Once they watch that video, it'll automatically install in their system, and then you can start taking financial information. So this virus, which is an Android-based virus, will actually infect your system in such a way that it will intercept the SMS sent by the bank. So what happens when you are actually doing some transactions, the bank will send you the alert. So that's how you come to know. But this penetrates so deep into your system that it can penetrate the SMS and messages coming from bank, and it will ensure that you don't see those messages. So imagine the kind of things that are happening in the market and that kind of damage it can do. And that's the reason why we are saying a certification or a skilling program in cybersecurity ethical hacking can take you really a long way going forward. Now, guys, as part of a program, as I told you earlier, we also prepare you in the aptitude. We'll give you aptitude preparation on quant reasoning, verbal, then technical domain. So we have a portal where we'll give you access for that. You can use that portal to access all the benefits, okay? So I'll take you there quickly right now, and I'll show that to you because those are things that I don't want to show it to you on the PPT. So I hope my screen is visible. So this is recruiter.mentorbuddy.com. This is our placement preparation portal. So you can go there and search for different opportunities based on the the domain that you belong to, like mechanical, electrical, IT, CS, whatever is a domain. So you can apply for these opportunities out there on our portal, okay? And there are many more. So you can just see them here when you go to click on view more. So you can apply for these opportunities through our portal, okay? And there are hundreds and hundreds of them, that we have every month. So you can apply for these different opportunities that keep coming on the portal. So that is one thing. The second is basically our portal Mentor Buddy, which helps you prepare for placements. Let's say if tomorrow a TCS or an Infosys is coming to your campus, or a Tech Mahindra is coming to your campus. Now, the most important thing for you is that to understand, to know that what will be the pattern of TCS interview, what will be the pattern of Cognizant or Accenture. So you can go to our portal and you can check it from there, what kind of pattern will be there in the interview, because that helps you prepare better. Okay, which topic will have what kind of weightage, how many questions will come from there, how many minutes will I get for each question, in each topic, how many number of questions will be coming from each topic. So you can know everything out here. What is the hiring criteria for Accenture? What is the selection process? And you will also come to know what kind of topics will be asked. So verbal ability, there will be 25 questions in 25 minutes. Quantitative ability, 24 questions, 35 minutes. Logical reasoning, 25 questions and 35 minutes. That means you will get more than 1 minute per question, okay? And what is the syllabus that you need to study? All of that details you will be getting there. And how do you what all different FAQs are there? So you will come to know all of that. Then you will go inside and you can appear for these different tests. You can prepare for them. So you will all be getting a login ID, and you can go inside and start accessing the benefits. Just to tell you, if you were not getting it free with this, all benefits, so these benefits from the from the Mentor Buddy starts at 2,500 rupees per year per student, okay, and goes up to 10,000 rupees. But this you're getting absolutely free, bundled with your certification program, so you do not have to worry about it, okay? Now, guys, understand it this way, that when you go for a campus interview, the first thing that any company checks is not your technical skills, The first thing they check is your aptitude, and then they go for the technical, and then they go for the personal interview and GDPR. So please do not take aptitude lightly, okay? So here you would have a goal-based approach where this is a gamification model. As you go on achieving your target, the system will tell you how much target you've achieved, what all is remaining from here, okay? And then you can prepare on any of these material, whether it's aptitude, coding, personal interview questions. Okay, if you're from mechanical, you can prepare for that. If you're from electrical, you can prepare for that. If you're from electronics and telecom, these are the electronics and telecom related questions that are being asked in interview. And if you're from ITCS, you can prepare for, you know, like data structures and algorithms and C++ and XYZ. Okay, now let me take you inside and show you how this portal is different than any other portal that you're either using paid or free. So let's say verbal ability. So I can go there and I can learn this. Okay, there are going to be hundreds and hundreds of videos where I can learn about verbal ability. So all these are different videos. You can basically study these grammar, parajumbles, you know, critical reasoning, XYZ. Okay. Now, let's say, for example, if you want to practice on quantitative aptitude, you can go there. You can basically select on the learn path. And when you select on the learning resource, so this is your personal dashboard. Huh? And here, let's say you want to understand profit and loss, just go and click on that. And the videos are self-explanatory. Either they are explained through a digital pen or they are explained through animation.
Loss. Let's take a simple.
I hope my
10
screen is
rupees.
visible to everyone.
So, Amit sold the book at ₹60. So this is
So
the
you can learn
selling
anything,
price
whether
of
it's
the book.
aptitude or critical reasoning, logical reasoning, everything. And then you will be going to your personalized dashboard. In your dashboard, the system will tell you how your performance has been over a period of time. The system tells you what is your goal, how much goal you've achieved, what are your chances of achieving the goal. It tells you in terms of graph how you've been performing over a period of last 30 days. Okay. And here it tells you how you're doing in each and every subtopic and topic. So this is very important because see, understand, if I'm preparing on quantitative aptitude and if I'm not doing well, it's not necessary that I'm not doing well in all topics. Maybe out of the 15 topics, I'm doing well in 6 topics and there are the other topics I'm not doing well. So I can focus only on those topics. Like in this one, you know, the puzzles I'm not doing well. So I know I have to go and practice only on this topic. So let me go there and show it to you. Let me open up the portal in front of you and show you how it is different than all the other things that you would have ever seen. So here I'm randomly selecting some answers. Why randomly? Because I do not know the answers. Second is that I may know a few answers. Why? Because I give this demos a lot. And sometimes, you know, at the end, I'll show you, the system will also give you the right answer. So you may, I may have come to, know the answers. I may have seen the answers there. Just give me 1 second. So let me submit it here. And what you would see is that the system is going to give me the entire data of my performance. It is calculating and validating my results in real time. And I got 0%. So all my answers were off the mark. But the beauty is that I don't have to worry. This is my correct answer. That was the answer that I gave. First, let me explain you this. This is your score. Okay. So this is the score that I have. And this is where the system reschedules my test till the time I achieve my target. I'll keep on taking my test. And this is where it tells me where I need to improvise. And you can see the learning resource here. So it says, this is my answer and this is the correct answer. And here it is offering me a solution video.
Hello friends, this
So
is
for
Mayank, your mentor
every
from
question, there is a
mentormeet.com.
solution video.
And
Imagine there are 10,000 questions
Not
we
using
have,
digits, but
and
using
there are
alphabet.
similarly
Digit number
10,000 solution videos.
LAT.
So I can just
Because,
go and watch the
the
solution
should be
video, how
9.
this problem is to be solved. And I would know exactly what is the method, the shortcut method and the normal method, how I can solve this problem. Got it? So you get solution videos for each and every question, thousands of them. Okay, so you can practice on that. And the last but not the least and the most important part, this is a company specific test where you get the sample papers or the patterns of different companies, whether it's Infosys, Tech Mahindra, Cognizant. You can actually go and practice on their papers, sample papers. Again, they keep on changing their patterns. We are not claiming that they will be 100% perfect, but yes, they'll be very close to a lot of things because this has been designed based on the feedback we get from a lot of students who are appearing for these tests regularly. So you can appear for these tests and let's say once you've appeared for these tests, the system is going to offer you your analytics. Okay, in the analytics, you will come to know how you are performing. So how much of your target you've achieved, the system tells you that. So in cognitive ability is the only topic where you achieve your target. Okay. Overall, you're at 25%. It tells you about your weakness and strength. Okay. Where you're weak, where you're strong, which questions were right, which were wrong, which you've not attempted are in gray. Okay. And then it'll also tell you about your performance analysis as to whether you were very fast in attempting the question, or you were fast or you were normal or you were too slow. It tells you all of that. So accordingly, you can increase and decrease your speed and all those parameters. You get complete analytics here. And in the system-wise analytics, you will also get a lot of detailed report. Okay. So all of those things are going to be available with you. Now, guys, I think I've over exceeded my time. The program is going to cost you under scholarship around 3,190 plus GST. Okay, that is 3,190 plus GST. Normal price is 12,300, but under scholarship, because of the tie-up we have with your college, you will get it 3,190 plus GST, which will include 1 year access to placement preparation portal, mentor buddy, soft skills training, aptitude training, and connect to internship opportunities through our portal. Everything is included, full training starting from scratch, given by experts, followed by Microsoft certification exam. In fact, the cost of the exam is also basically available there. Okay, so guys, now without wasting any time, I would invite the technical expert, Mr. Nitesh, to take over and then to give you the technical demo on the product. And then in the end, he'll also give you a link where you can go and apply for the scholarship. So over to you, Nitesh.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And thanks for this very interactive and very informative session. And I definitely suppose that a student would get a very good and clear-cut idea like how this particular e-education platform that is provided by Mentor Buddy or with our Microsoft platform, it was better than any other platform, that you can not only enhance your skill, even you can check yourself, even you can check or you can analyze yourself, like where you are lagging and all that. So without wasting like more time, I just want to give you some like description, like what are the various aspects which you have to know when you are supposed to like see your future in this particular, that is in the ethical hacking, and what are the limitation and what are the things or what are the skill set which you have required in order to get your journey to get started in ethical hacking. Fine. So let I share my screen first, then I will give you a demo. And at the end of the my discussion, if time permits, then I definitely give you a demo related to a practical demo where we are going to actually exploit a live website, if time permits. Like, ma'am, would you please tell me like how much is the time? Is there is any specific like?
There is no time restriction, so you can carry on, sir. No issues.
Okay, great. Thank you. So please tell me, is my screen is visible? Yeah.
Sir, no, sir.
Okay, sorry. Is it?
Yes, sir. Now it's visible.
Great. So yeah, so like as Sandeep sir already told you like about the certification, so I'm not going to keep my time on that. Like, we are going to provide a certification from Microsoft as we are global partner, education global partner, and this session is typically related to like ethical hacking. And here I just want to give you like a glimpse like why you should go with this course, or what are the options which you may get if you enroll for this course, or if you have the skills, if you have this particular skill set. So as we all know, like we are living in a world like where we are tech savvy in the sense that we are going to use the internet in a very huge way. Like, we are exploring the internet at each and every time. Like, if I'm not wrong, like we are not able to leave our the mobile phone for a let's say 15 minutes of time. So that is the world where we are actually living. So with this technology there comes certain disadvantages also. Like we may have to the drawback to get our information to be get legged into this digital world. What are the information? It might be like your medical bills, it might be your net banking, or it might be your identity card. Fine. So we have to be aware with this. And not only this, we have the skill set how we are going to deal with this. And I will give you one example. Like already Sandeep sir have shown you lots of example, but I also want to add one example. Like I suppose that have you heard about the WannaCry ransom attack? Like it was done in it was done in May 2017, and you would not believe it was first this ransom attack or this cyber attack was done at the Asian part. Then within a 1 day of time, it covers globally, and there are almost 230,000 computers were get infected into this attack. And those who are get attacked with this, so in the next day or in the meantime, if they want to access their data, then they do not want to, or then they are not able to access that. On the basis and on the other side, what the other the attacker was demanding the ransom. Attacker were demanding the ransom for this, and ransom in terms of the bitcoins or the cryptocurrency, because this is something which could not be detected. So, and if I'm not wrong, if the system which is going to be corrupted or which is going to be attacked for this particular attack, those systems which are not updated. So right now, we are using, we are living in a digital world where we are not even think once to share our information in a virtual world. And it is also so that our system is not so updated. We are not updating our antivirus and all that. We are just doing. So ultimately we are having, or it might be possible that we can get stuck into a this type of trap. So these are the targeted computers which we are not updated at that time. So this is my first advice to all of you students. Please update your system, please update your antivirus. This is the must which you all have to do. So, and not only this, not only the simple user, if you go and Google it out, the WannaCry attack took a toll on every sector, and top tier organization like Hitachi, like Nissan, like FedEx, they have to actually put their service on hold for a time until and unless they are not provide, or they are not able to put a patch related to this particular attack. So this is what you called as a cyber attack. So guys, what do you think? There should be a certain law which is going to be deal with this, and there are various laws. There are various cyber cell department where they are not only in India, across the world, that are dealing with this type of stuff. But they are so much advanced, or they are so much intelligent that they may find out any loopholes that how they are going to get rid of by getting arrested or by getting detected by any person. So these are the hackers. So, and due to this one perceptron has been created. What is the perceptron, or what is the misconception? It is misconception that hacking is always wrong. But my friend, it is not so. There are certain hackers who do this intensely, but for some other motive. If I quickly go and expand what are the various categories of the hackers, then it may get broadly classified into 3 categories. The one is, you all know, the black hackers. The black hackers are some who are going to get the information from a system or from an organization server without having the knowledge of the organizer, or without having the knowledge of that particular organization, and they are charged for them. In order to get back their data, they are getting charged for them. So that's why they are come under the category of a black hacker. The another kind of hacker, they are known as white hat hackers. They are again doing the same type of stuff. They are again going to find out the vulnerability what are the vulnerability was there, what are the loopholes was there, either in the system or either in the server. But the difference between that, they are doing this with the permission of either by organizer or even by some managerial body related to that particular organization. And for this, after getting the approval, they are going and they are getting the data, or they are going to perform this type of task in order to find out whether there is any loophole which might get problem in future for that particular organization, that they may get hacked, or they may get put themselves into this situation. And friend, this type of hackers were actually known as the ethical hackers. The ethical hackers. The another type of hacker were also there, like they are known as, like, the gray hat hacker. So as the name suggested, like they are lying between black and white hat hacker. So what they actually do, they are doing this type of stuff like this scanning and vulnerability finding, maintaining access and all that. And once they found any vulnerability or once they found any loophole into the system or in the server, then they get to inform to the organizer or to the managerial body. But they do this stuff without owner permission, and they may get, or the gray hat hacker may also ask for money in return for the spotted vulnerability. So you can think accordingly, like these are the three categories of stuff. And if you want to start your journey and if you want to learn this particular skill set, then I highly recommended that you have to be an ethical hacker, because you have to know your limitation. Like if you are doing this, so what is the outcome of this? So always use your skill set, not only related to this, whatever be the skill set you have, just use that in a positive way. So ethical hacking, I will just give you this the concept or the idea of ethical hacking just by a quick example or just by a quick story. Like let's say there is a person name is, let's say, Dan. He is using a trading company. And he has lots of customer related to that trader, and his business is growing well. Until once a new hacker or some person would comes who can hack the server, and he actually get hacked the server. He actually get all the data of all the customers which the Dan have, and he demanded for a money. To Dan, but in anyhow, like he would not taken this particular guy, this guy to be serious, and he just denied to give him. So what he actually does, he actually get all the money from all the customers' account. So due to this, who is in the trouble? Actually, Dan in the trouble. He lost the confidentiality. He lost the faith of their customer. So he have to pay money to his customer. His business is down, and even he lost the faith toward its client. So like what Don or like what Dan has to be thinking? Like Dan has to be thinking in such a way that there should be some person who is able to do the stuff. Like if someone try to create some kind of problem into his server, so someone is able to detect this, and once he is able to detect this, he can not only detect this, but he also make the server to be not get detected or to not get reachable by some other guy who is doing some for like wrong purpose, like hacking and all that. So there is a guy like whose name is, let's say, John, who comes and who has a skill set of like ethical hacking. He find out all the bugs or all the loopholes or all the backdoors. He figure it out and he just close it. He just fine tune this, and by the help of this John, again the Dan would get the credentiality of his customer, and again he gained the faith of his customer, and with the help of this, after that, the server of that particular organization is not get hacked. So this is just some example. And ethical hacking, basically, like if you have the skill set, so you just clear in your mind, like there are certain steps which you have to be fulfill that, so that you can able to do the ethical hacking part from a very scratch up to the end. So if I broadly divided this ethical hacking part, so it is basically divided into 6 different phases. So let's say I talked about the very first phase. It is known as reconnaissance, or it is also known as the footprinting, where we are going to generating like the informations of related to organization or related to individuals with the help of various tools like Nmap, Hping. We are going to discuss these tools in a very detailed once we like start our session or our actual session for this particular. Then once he gather all the information related to that organization, then the next step is trying to find out, like is there is any vulnerability was available or not. Like if there is a vulnerability, so the next step is to finding out that vulnerability, and this phase is known as the scanning phase, and this can be done by various tools like Nmap or Nexpose. Fine. And once he gets this vulnerability, he is trying to find out the access, like how he's going to get access to that vulnerability. Vulnerability may be anything, like you may get a user ID or you may get a password, and so once you get the user ID and password, the next step is to exploit the server or the system, whatever you are actually get the vulnerability. So the next step is exploiting. So that comes under the gaining phase. For that we have various tools like SQL map and all that. And once you have this, So the next step is like maintaining access. Maintaining access is what? Like once you are able to gain the access, once you're able to provide the exploitation to that particular system or organization, the next step is that you are going to create a backdoor, which means that like in future, if you want to exploit that particular server, or if you want to exploit that particular organization again, so that there is a backdoor entry was there for you. And this can be achievable by tools like Metasploit, and there are a few more tools were also there. And if you are like a good ethical hacker, or if you are a good hacker, so your mindset should be like this. Like once you gather the information, once you do the vulnerability testing, once you exploit that, once you create the backdoor, you should remove all the tracks. Like all the tracks means what? Like whatever be the path you are going to follow to enter into that particular server or into that particular system, so you have to remove all that path. So that is known as like clearing the tracks, so that no one would get detect you. So this is the next step which is provided by the ethical hacker, that is the clearing of a track. And finally, once you get the vulnerability and all that stuff, what is the last step? The last step is the reporting. Reporting in terms of like, okay, these are the vulnerability, we have to work on this, and these are the the graph set, or these are the in terms of like any pictorial view, so that your client or your organizer can get to know, okay, these are the thing on which we have to work, and so that in future we may not get fall into the problem again. So ultimately, what is the intention? The intention is to keep all the securities related to that particular organization in a secured way. This is the responsibility of a good ethical hacker. So here is my question: like whether you do you think, guys, like whether the John is a valuable asset to the company or not? Yes, definitely. Like if you have a skill set, as like Sandeep sir already told you, like how many lots of openings were there. There are lots of openings were there, because the thing is that now we are living in a world where we are connecting through each other, not in a physical way, rather we are connecting with each other in a like virtual way or a digital way. So there is a lots of loopholes, or lots of attacks were there, like DOS attack, DDoS attack, like SQL server, SQL map and all that, by which anyone can get the access of our data. And if we are running some kind of organization, then the accessing the data, because guys, like you heard everywhere, data is new oil, or data is the new key. So data is the most valuable thing. So you have to keep your data to be get secured, do not get hacked by any other person who was like hacker and all that. So for that, if you have a skill set of ethical hacking, if you have a skill set of all the 6 phases, then you are definitely like a valuable asset for any company. And with this different asset, you are not only supposed to become, you do not think that you are going to get an opportunity for, let's say, for cyber security only. There are lots more other opportunities were also there, like network engineer, like cyber security engineer, so pen tester engineer, or pen tester expert. There are lots more, so you can think accordingly. But yeah, with this for to understand these phases, there are something which you have to be with you, that is the various skill sets. Like you have the skill set, you have the knowledge of various operating systems, like either Windows, Linux, Unix, or Macintosh. And what we actually prefer, we prefer like the Linux. And in Linux, we prefer like the Kali Linux or the Parrot, whatever we are using. And as well as we also prefer the window. Like we created one machine to be, a machine who is going to be attacked, and the another machine who is going to be victim. So we are going to test that in a like local host, as well as we are going to test in some of the website which is actually going to provide the permissions to test all this testing. Fine. So this is the thing, like in terms of operating system, you have the knowledge of this various operating system. In terms of like programming languages, you have the skill sets of like HTML, the PHP, the most commonly used in a days, like Python, like SQL, as well as the JavaScript. These are the programming skill. And with this you actually have a like a basic, I'm not saying an expert knowledge, you have a basic knowledge of networking, like how the data has been traveled, or how the packet has been traveled in the network, which protocols they are following, either they are using TCP/IP or HTTP, what are like different OSI model. These are like simple basic things which you have to keep in your mind. So definitely like the networking stuff is also required. So these are the something which ethical hacker need to be as a skill set in order to learn the journey, or in order to get introduce themselves into the field of ethical hacking. So again, with this, not only with the skill set, if you are an ethical hacker, if you have a skill set, then also you know your limitation. Then also you know about what are the various laws which were incorporated. Like you should be aware with all the laws, so that you would not like go beyond that, so that you would not be put in some problem regard to our like Indian Penal Code or something like that. So that one is also there. The another thing is certification. Certification plays a major role, as Sandeep sir is also told. Like there are various certification. I will just give you a few example, like CA, Certified Ethical Hacker, like CompTIA Pen Test, like Licensed Penetration Tester, and also the certification which is provided by us, that is under Quantum Learning, under like Microsoft in Education Global Training Partner. We are also going to provide you like the whole skill set or whole knowledge which you may have required in order to get your journey or in order to start your future as an ethical hacker. Are you getting my point? So if you get my point, I just have a quick question for you guys. If you got the point, if you got the idea which I already discussed with you, like just try to give it out. In which phase of a ethical hacking system will you install backdoor in the target system? These are options. I want to see the response. Please go ahead. You can give me response either in terms of A, B, C, D. And there is no issue. Like this is not like our session. It is just introductory. If you are not able to like recognize which one is correct option, then there is no harm. I'm just like asking, like, okay, ma'am, is like is it visible for me, like the response of a student?
Yes, sir. I'm flashing it on the screen. I'll flash it on the screen, sir.
Okay.
Many of them say it's either B or D, sir, option.
Okay. I just lost somewhere. Please give me time. Okay, it's
Some say
B.
it's B
Correct.
and some say it's B.
B, correct. So B, like maintaining access. Like once we have the maintaining access, after that we are going to like create the backdoor that is just give you an idea, so that in future if you want to exploit that particular website or that particular system, then also it is possible. So again, like we are in a world where everything, like every digital thing, we're directly proportional to like some disadvantages or some harshness, which comes again with hackers. That there is someone who is any time available to get access our data in any way. Either he is going to access the data either by telephonic or either by doing this type of stuff like exploitation and all that. So we have to be very much aware, and we have to be this skill set, like, so that we would not get entered or we would not get encountered to see or to face such problem. Right now, like if you are asking, like in 2021 there are $6 trillion get taken by the hackers. So you just think like what is the amount of opportunity in this. Like if this money has been exploited by the hackers by like in any way which definitely in a wrong way. So you just think like if you have a skill set of ethical hacker, then how valuable is you, or how valuable you as an asset for that particular company. Fine. So you just think accordingly. And if I give you just a brief idea, so like if I ask you, like in America or in US, the average salary for a starting as a fresher, it's a $91,000, and for India its average is 7 lakh. And if I give you like more recent data which I taken from like today only from the website, these are some of the recent data. Like TCS is providing 309K to 970K per annum. Like here is the data for IBM, the data for Wipro, for Ernst and Young, for Accenture. And I know, guys, you also doing like various kind of R&Ds. You also are aware with this kind of technology, and you also make your mindset like whether I have to go with this or not. But these are the some data which are like actually given in the website. If you want to check it out, you can. There is no harm. And I highly like recommended you. I highly motivate you. Like in this virtual world or in this digital world, you have the skill set which makes you to protect someone from this like vulnerability kind of thing and from this hacking. So then only you will become a very good or a very valuable asset. Fine, guys. So on this note, like I just give my thanks, and if time permits, then definitely I have to go with a little bit a small practical if it is possible. Other than that, there is no issue. And if you have any question, guys, please go ahead. Please go ahead. Yeah, ma'am. Shall we proceed with a small practical?
Yes, sir. You can go ahead, sir.
Great, great. So I just like you know, I just give you an idea like what stuff which we are going to do actually with this practical. Like we already learned about or we already seen about different phases of an ethical hacker. So here, like in this practical, what we are going to do, we are going to trying to find out the access. We are going to find out the access that is in the, just give a sec. Yeah, like we are going to test a website which is already vulnerable, and the website which is already vulnerable, we are going to finding out the access for that particular website, which ultimately means we are going to exploit that website. Fine. So how or what do you mean by like vulnerability, or how we are able to create a website to be get vulnerable in order to exploit that? That is something which is like matter of like detailed discussion. But just for a practical view, like what you can do if you have this skill set, so that you will get an idea. Like right now what we are going to do, we are going to creating the, or we are going to finding the access, or we are going to exploit a particular website. And related to the website, I just open my like operating system. The operating system, students, which I am using, it's Kali, but it is not mandatory either. If you have a like operating system, either Parrot or Kali, you can use whatever you want. But I highly recommend it, like you please go with Kali, because there are all the tools which are required. It is by default available in the Kali, as well as like it supports each and every the tool set, the penetration test and all that. Fine. So, and those who don't know, who do not have this Kali operating system, who do not know about the Linux, guys, please be with me. Once you enroll with this, once we start our journey on this particular, you definitely get each and everything in a very much detail. Fine. So I just try to give you an example so that you will have an idea. So here is my like the Kali Linux, and what I am going to do, like here I just open my Mozilla Firefox. There is a website that is known as vulnweb.com. If you go and check that website, this is a website which is given by like this is supposed to do this type of vulnerability testing. So if you are go and test this website to check the vulnerability to exploit this, there is no harm, because there is a permission which is given for this. And there are lots more other website also where actually you are going to check this, fine. So here we have to find out some URL where we are going to attack, where we are going to find out some kind of exploitation. So let us deal with this particular. I just open this, and there are certain URLs. So let's say I just go and open this section, artist section. So I reached up to these 3 URLs. So let's say I want to like exploit this particular. So I just open this. Now here this is the total path. This is the total path for this, where I want, or where we are going to exploit this in order to finding out the the information what we are going to find out, which I'm going to show you, is related to the user ID and password. Like by getting the user ID and password, when you sign up into this website, you actually sign up to the admin panel. Fine. And I will just give you an idea also, like guys, it is just an idea. Like if you want to check whether any website is a vulnerable or not, you just provide the link of the website and just provide this apostrophe. Just provide the apostrophe symbol after that, and if you hit the enter button, and if this kind of warning was come in front of you, if this kind of warning was come, which definitely means that yeah, this website is vulnerable, you can provide or you can attack this website, you can exploit this. Fine. Like if you go with google.com, if you go with google.com and if you provide this apostrophe, so you will get okay. So this is the way by which we are going to check. We are going to check. Now I am going to use this URL. I am going to use this URL in order to exploit this, in order to attack this. And the tool which I am going to use for this particular is SQL map. I am going to generate. I am going to feed the SQL query. By that particular SQL query, what we are going to do? We are going to gaining all the information which were like here, which were belonging to this particular link or which were belonging to this particular URL. And once we have that information, we can actually access this particular website. We are going to like sign up and we just going to feed up the username and password of the admin. So for this where I'm going, I'm going to my terminal. This is the Kali terminal, and I am entered into this by my root access. I'm entered into this by my root access. And here what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a tool that is SQL map. If you go and check into this applications, there is a web application analysis was there. You can find out here the tool is by default available. You do not need to install this tool. So that's why I'm like asking you guys, like if you want to access or if you want to go to this particular, I highly recommended this Kali. But if you are comfortable in other Linux platform like Parrot, then also there is no harm. Fine. So like I just use here SQL map in order to generate a query in URL. So the flag that is -u, and here I just paste the URL which we just copied, from here. Are you getting my point? Now, the very first thing which I want to see the database which are available here. So the shortcut key for the database is DBS -DBS. So if I hit the enter key, you will see here like the SQL map has been run, and at the end when you go, it is going to show me, yeah, there are two databases were available. One is AccuArt and another is Information Schema. So let's focus on this AccuArt. So if I want to know like what are the various tables were available in this particular, data set. So I have to just change the flag by -d. Then for this particular, let's say AccuArt A, what are the various tables available? I just pass here the tables, and when I hit the enter button, this is going to give me, yeah, these are the various tables were available. Now, where you are want to, or at what particular table you want to exploit, or you want to gather the information, or you want to gain the access. So let's say I want to gain the information for, let's say, any user, so that I may get the credentiality of that user, so that I can access this by having the user ID and password. Fine. So for that, I just make a change here. Like rather than this table, I just create here -t. I need the accessibility for this particular user. So I just write here users. What I need all the columns which were associated with this user, so that I get to know that, okay, these are the various informations were available for this particular user, and I want to access this information. So I just hit the enter button. So you get to know, yeah, these are the various informations which are available. Like you get to know, like these are like uname, that is username was there, the password was there, the phone number was there, the email, and all the things were there. So right now what I am going to do, I am going to gaining the access for this particular username. I want to try to figure out like what is the username available to accessing this particular website. So I just give here like -c. This all the thing like what are the flags I am using, like why I'm using double hyphen or why I'm using a single hyphen by keeping this capital. You will definitely get all this thing in a very much detail. Fine, just to providing you a demo. This is just for that. Yeah. So like I'm just using here uname, and I just want that I get all the information to be get dumped. So you see here, you will get the username is equal to what? Test. Similarly, what we seen here, other than username, if I want to extract the password also, so you can just change the uname by PASS and just hit the enter button. Yeah, you see, like password is also test here. The password is also test here. And once you having this information with you, and when you hit or when you go to that particular website, and when you click on the sign up button, just go here, just pass the information which you just extracted by exploiting this website with the help of SQL map. That is, the username is also test and the password is also test. And when you hit the enter button, you just see. Okay, sorry, we are at the artist, so we have to yeah, so you are actually able to get all the information. Are you getting the idea, guys? So this is something which you can do with the help of like this type of tool, with this type of exploitation kind of thing. Fine. So even you can save, or even you can don't save, but you are actually in the section where it can be used by admin. You can gather each and every information related to what are the cards available, what are the artists available, and all that. Fine. This is something which you have to know. And so, yeah, that's it from my side. And guys, you are highly welcome to ask anything. If you have anything to be query, then I am very much happy to provide your solution related to your query. Even I think Sandeep sir was also there. He also add his comment related to your queries. Please go ahead.
Sir, there was one question from one of the student named Nitya. It's visible on the screen, sir. I think there's some network connection with Nitish, sir. Yes, sir. We had a question from one of the student, Nitya. It's visible on the screen, sir.
Okay, the thing is that, yeah, Nitya, you asked a very good question. The thing is that, there is a terminology in hacking that is known as zero-day attack. Like if your system or if your organization has get hacked, or server has been got hacked, so once you find out that problem, once you are going to apply the patch on that particular problem, then it might be possible on the same time or on the same day you are going to attack by some other like malicious kind of stuff. So that is not it is not so like always the black hackers where the persons who were like leading beyond the, you know, the ethical hackers. The thing is that how improve or how you are going to improve your skill set, because this particular technology, it is not so like you have a like kind of book, or I'm going to like spoon feeding you some of the concept and you will become a very good ethical hacker. This is not so. This is skill set, this is some skill set, or this is a kind of skill set where you are going to update yourself in a daily routine. So what can I say, like related to your question? Like I can say that like most of the ethical hackers who are working to a particular organization, they are like remain passive until and unless that particular organization would not get hacked, or they are dealing with some kind of patches which were like earlier, you know, like attack was there, so they are dealing with that type of patch. But meanwhile, at the same time, that black hacker guys or the guys from, you know, some who are doing some this type of like notarious activity in the web server, they are getting updated themselves, and they are getting like finding all the loopholes or what are the new techniques which were able to cross or penetrate the very powerful firewalls which we are using. So I think that is the reason, but it is not so that if you are an ethical hacker, then your skill set would always be lacking. But if you are updating yourself, if you are updating your skill set in a daily basis, or whatever be the new problem you are going to face, then it is not so that you will be at the lagging side, because there are lots of hackers who are like highly, you know, appreciated. I will give you some of the example as well who are like right now in India, like Mr. Kafka and all that. So it is not so. The only reason is that you are going to improve your skill set on a daily basis, or rather daily basis, on a every problem basis. You do not think yourself that you know each and everything, and you need not to enhance your skill set. I think that you got your point, Nitya.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. We
Okay,
have
great.
another question, sir,
Yeah.
by Tarun. If we hack a official website, will they know that we are only hacking their website?
Yeah, again, like first of all, you keep this thing in your mind that if you want to become a hacker, become an ethical hacker, become an ethical hacker. Like, do not try to penetrate any website without the permission of the organizer, or without the permission of that particular organization or manager, because if you are doing so, you are going to be tracked in any way. Fine, I'm not saying like the black hackers who are like right now in a like either on black webs or dark webs, they are doing extremely like the clearing their tracks in such a way that they are not it is not possible to get tracked them. But until and unless like one or the other day they may get tracked. But this is my recommendation for you, or this is my like guidance for you, that do not do this type of activity, otherwise you will fail in some problem. There are various websites, various websites. Right now we see a website like onelevel.com. There are various websites where you can check your skill set, but do not try to like apply your skill set in a wrong way, otherwise you will get stuck. Fine, because we are not, or not, no one would say that whether we are at that particular skill set that we are able to clear all the tracks which we are going to create it while entering into that website or while penetrating that website, isn't it? This is the reason. And even I don't recommend this, if I know some of the points, then also I'm not recommend this.
So
Okay,
we
I
have
got,
one more question.
yeah, I got this, man. Do ethical hackers need mathematical skills? You know, guys, like this skill set, the mathematical skill set is something which you have to be which is mandatory, I can say. Like whatever be the trending technologies or whatever be the state of the arts nowadays floating, the mathematical skill set is very important. Because for example, let's say you gather the data from any website, from any organization. Fine. And if you want to like find out the certain insight from the data, like what does the data means, or let's say filter out some of the information which is meaningful for you, and let's remove out the other information which do not meaningful for you. So for this type of stuff, you definitely have the mathematical skill sets. Like if you are like heard about like machine learning and all other stuffs, there is a like powerful library there, that is NumPy. or like pandas, some libraries are there. So that is that library, it is not so that they are only used by ML guys or AI guys. Even ethical hackers were also use that library in order to, you know, gather the proper insight from that information. That is, if your website has been hacked or if your website has been compromised, so what are the possible reasons that in future your website is not get compromised, isn't it? So for that, you are supposed to develop a model as well. So for that, you need a skill set of mathematics. So yeah, my answer is yes.
Okay, so last question we have.
Okay, I get to know. This type of question I definitely like. I totally understood. Like once you have curious about something, like our mindset, like the psychology of a mind is something like that only. Like we are seeing the, you know, the bad path rather than the correct path. So if you are asking like if we hack them, that is black hacker, will they know? Will they know? So first of all, how you justify, how you get to know that whether they are black hacker or not? This is my counter question to you. Is it possible to you that you can get to know about that either this particular person is black hacker or not? Because if any person or any ethical hacker or a gray hacker or a black hacker go and exploit or gaining accessing or maintaining accessing, they are so intelligent, they are just cleared all the paths. So first of all, it is not possible for you to track them, and if it is possible for you to track them, then also there are certain points or there are certain skill sets at the other end also. Like if you enter into their server, then definitely they get to know. Fine. So this is like kind of journey. Like you have to generate all the skill sets. Once you generate all the skill sets, you have to take that skill sets in a proper way. By saying the proper way, it doesn't mean that you are not going to updating yourself. The updating is the key. Dear, the attack which we are facing, like let's say Sandeep sir already told you, like in India almost every 10 minutes there is a new attack. So attack which we are seeing right now, it is not so like after 3 to 4 months the black hacker would also trying to, you know, attack in the same way. Because once we got a attack, once the website is going to be attacked, once they found that they have a like attack, so they generate the patch related to that and they applied the patch so that the next time by this approach that particular website or that particular server is not get hacked. So you have to be update yourself. What are the various possibilities? You should be very much like upgraded, that there should be no kind of loopholes where there by which anyhow any like notorious kind of thing or the hacker may get entered. But if they may get entered, if your website or server may get hacked, then also you have the skill set how you are going to figure it out as soon as possible. So this is my answer. Yeah, they may also get to know.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I request Satish sir to give the vote of thanks.
Very kind of you, Shilpa ji. Thank you very much, Sandeep ji and Nilesh ji. I think it was a very good introduction, particular this. I think, students have understood the importance of not only the certification that is associated with ethical hacking, but also the various other certifications and also the aptitude learning, particular this. I think, I must really congratulate you for bringing out that particular suite of services as such. That is a very wonderful potential. I'm sure that we have already spoken to our students, and more of the students are interested in that particular this. And I think coming forward, we will have a wonderful relationship with you. So first, I also want to thank Amrita ji for coordinating all this particular stuff. So Professor Shaini madam has been working on the backstage for all this particular this. So Shaini madam, thank you very much. A big thank you to you. So thanks everyone, and for all your interest in the particular this. And I would request you to reach out to either to me or to Shilpa ji or to Shani madam, and then we will get going. So once again, and thank you all, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Nitesh sir, for your wonderful time.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Yeah. We shall end the broadcast, sir.
Yes, madam. I think that should be good.
Yes.
That is a very wonderful. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.